The Saints have spent the entire offseason saving money. Mike did a deep dive that you can catch only on NewOrleans.Football on what their cap situation will look like in 2025, 2026, and beyond. We won't give away all the details here, but make sure that you continue to check that out. What do you think, Mike? Go.
Yeah, well, one of my biggest takeaways from doing this story, I mean, I did tons of the math because, like, I was kind of curious. Like, did they really get themselves out of this? And it was about what I expected. I mean, they went into this offseason before the Marshawn Lattimore deal in like late December, early January. They were going to be about $90 million over the cap. Mm-hmm. Next year, if they don't sign anyone else to a big deal, I'm including the draft picks in that, it'll be about $50 million over the cap. So they're chipping away. They can keep doing that. Unfortunately, though, I've made this point before, and it's just so true. When you start projecting forward, the main reason they're going to get out of cap hell, I mean, one is the cap going way up every year. The other one is they just don't have the guys to pay $100 million extensions to. I mean, that was what got them into this quote-unquote mess is, hey, Michael Thomas needs $100 million. Yeah. Marshawn Lattimore needs $100 million. Yeah. Teron Armstead needs $100 million. Cam Jordan needs $90 million. Alvin Kamara needs $75 million. Drew Brees needs another $100 million. Like, and the list went on and on. Ryan Ramczyk needs $100 million. They don't have those guys now. They're not going to be – there's not going to be guys on this team making $20 million a year, and unless they start drafting better, this problem's going to solve itself. They're going to have no talent and no cap problems unless they start replenishing the talent really fast.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the main thing that kind of stood out to me is that. But also that it's just not like an overnight fix. I mean, it is a multi-year thing. And then if they do re-sign players, like the number is still high, even though like it feels like they've been so measured and you kind of feel like, okay, they're going to do this year and then next year it's going to be this. And it's just like, no, it's the same thing. It's a multi-year process. But, yeah, that's the thing, man. They don't have the guys that are worth paying right now. And when you don't have the guys that are worth paying, it's a little bit easier to walk out of this. And it's a shame. But I don't see Adebo's coming up. That's one that I think is probably possible. But outside of that, there just aren't
Olave eventually.
Eventually. But you're on the other side of it, hopefully, by the time he hits. So it's a process. But seeing that there is light at the end of the tunnel, too, that you can kind of wait this out a little bit. You take your medicine for about 2 years, and I think you're in a very much more, clear runway space, and then you maybe start adding while some of the bad money falls away while you're starting to add good. So it's probably another year away before you kind of start seeing them get on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, look, we just did the deep dive on the draft picks. The only way out of this is to draft better. You're not going to buy your way out of it. You're in cap hell if you go out and say, oh, no, this year we're going to sign Robert Hunt at guard and Jonathan Greenard at defensive end, and they're both $20 million, then you're just doing this again. So for the people who wanted to see the Saints pry their way out of this by, quote-unquote, blowing it up, they don't have to blow it up, but they do have to do this for a couple of years.
A slow decay, yeah.